Hello, Towson faculty. Have you ever wondered whether your students are accessing the instructional content you share with them in your Blackboard course site, or what Panopto recordings your students routinely access over the course of a semester? Knowing what information or content students are accessing can help you identify learning patterns, like when and where students go to access instructional materials. You can use this information to assist with identifying future adjustments that you can make to your instructional materials and course. This video will cover the basic analytic features found in both Blackboard and Panopto, as well as some common ways you can use this information to improve the learning experience for your students. The Blackboard and Panopto learning analytics features can provide a day-by-day breakdown showing what content was accessed by your students on a specific day. This information could be useful in determining if a student read an article for a particular class period and how often they access the course materials. With this information, you can determine if students are accessing a particular PowerPoint on cell structure or another one about international trade law at a higher rate. High rates of access could mean the students are studying for an exam or may require further instruction on the topic. On the other hand, if instructional materials are not being accessed, like a video on measures of central tendency or an article reviewing the most common elements, it may be an indicator that students are unaware of its existence or that you should consider replacing this content with something the students would use more frequently. Though Blackboard and Panopto share some similar features, they can also provide some unique reports. Blackboard tracking provides a graphic showing an hourly and a day of the week breakdown of the individual items that your students have accessed. You can use this information to determine when to put up new content or when students are more likely to access course materials. For example, if you notice that your students are most active on Sundays, it may be best to stagger course content or to post important announcements on this day in order to take advantage of this trend. With that said, the Panopto tracking feature allows you to determine what time a student accessed a video and for how long. If you find that students are routinely viewing a particular video, you may consider adding additional resources relevant to the topic being discussed in that recording. Also, if students seem to be using a particular instructional tool more than others, like Panopto for example, you may want to consider creating additional videos for the more complex topics that you cover in your course. Using the Blackboard or Panopto tracking feature can help you take steps to ensure that students are integrating themselves with the content and they are using the most effective tools and that your course structure promotes learning. The analytics features in Blackboard or Panopto can also help you assess if the instructional materials you provide are supporting your learning objectives. In sum, these features permit you to see where your students' eyes are and at what time. This information has the potential to reveal a multitude of things that could benefit students' educational outcomes and your course design. In addition to reviewing the reports, we also suggest that you survey your students to determine why they are or are not accessing the instructional materials that you've provided for the course. For information on how to use Blackboard, Blackboard tracking, or Panopto, please access the links in the description of this video. And of course, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like or follow OAI on Twitter and Facebook for announcements about more upcoming teaching tip videos.